Okay, so you're going to start with, of course, a fresh, clean, moisturized face, right? And I use my MAC Studio Fix Fluid Foundation. It's NC45. And I'm going to use my 190 brush, also by MAC. And what I usually do is apply it to the sides of my face. Start with this side, the left side, because that's where I have the most blemishes and where I usually need to put the most time into applying my foundation on. And then I usually work up to my forehead, and I just kind of like dab it like this, spread it out, and then brush it. And a lot of times what I try very hard to remember to do, and you know, when you have your hair covering your forehead like this, it's not super imperative to get every part, but I try to remember to put some on my eyelids. That way you don't have different skin tones going around, just a little bit. And I definitely put some under my eyes. And a lot of times that will do me good justice as a concealer. And I usually just use 1 to 1.5 pumps. 1 pump usually does the job. Sometimes if I need to, I just get like half of a pump. That way you don't have to waste your product. And then smooth it out. I think towards the outer edges of your face is where it can get the most streakiest. But the step that I do next is kind of what helps that out. And do this side of my forehead. Blend it into your hairline as well, and your neck. That way you don't look like, you know, like you have a mask on. And then this eyelid. I'm trying to do this a little faster so that I'm not taking too long. Okay, and then from that point I just reapply my nose, and then you know, go over the outer parts of my face where I have the most problem areas to ensure the coverage is good. And with Studio Fix Fluid, you get medium to high coverage. I don't consider myself needing high coverage or even medium coverage, but I like it because you will end up looking very flawless, and you know, you don't see through it as easy. Okay, so now that that's done, if I want to brighten up my eyelids, or if I feel the need, like if you haven't had a good night's sleep or anything, I like to use a concealer. And I've just started using my MAC Select Cover Up. And I got this in NC45. I have another concealer that is in NC43. Oh, excuse me, it's an NW40. And this is the best one to brighten up my under eye area if needed. And I just use my ring finger because that's your weakest finger and keeps you from pulling and tugging on your eyelids too much. But the NC45 is good for just like face pimples and stuff like that. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do is, after you apply your foundation, you want to essentially kind of seal it so that it stays on all day. And you know, this also helps it from looking too streaky if you hadn't blended it. It's taken like a million years to blend it out. Excuse me. So what I do is I just swirl it with my 187 brush or skunk brush, whatever. And then I dab over, like really lightly. And this adds a little bit of coverage too, but it doesn't make you look cakey, especially when you use this brush. If you use another brush, it's going to apply it heavier, and then you're going to wind up looking kind of cakey. So if you don't like that, I suggest this way because that's how I do it. Of course. Okay. And I just do like that. Very quick and very simple. And that's essentially my foundation. Like, I try to keep it very simple because, you know, if you're on your way to class or work and you don't have 30 to 45 minutes to put on your full face of makeup, especially your foundation, then you want something that's going to be quick and easy but lasts all day long and gives you great coverage. So usually, okay, like I like to use my Maybelline Definer Brow in dark brown, and this is a great alternative to MAC because MAC's pencils are like $16.50. This one was probably like, it was less than about $7. And so I do a square edge. I like to do that, and then fill it in from there. And then that brings my brows, wakes me up, and kind of adds structure to my face. And then, of course, my favorite blush, Conjure Up by MAC. And now I'm going to use my smaller skunk brush. Swirl around in that. And it's just, I like with this brush because I can add on tons of it if I want to and not be overpowering. Or I can just add a little bit of it just for a little flush. Excuse me. Okay. And then from there I would just add some mascara and do something with my lips. But that's just a quick foundation tutorial that I wanted to do for you guys, and I hope you enjoyed it. Bye.